what a great game that we are waiting. What do you wait from this game?
Well, of course, Moscow GT have already played today, so this will be their second game of the day, and I think this is where they will see the real test in that three-person squad. How much energy, how much have they got left to give in this quarter-final today? Invasport, of course, won all of their games. They're one of the top teams in the competitions, one of the favourites to win this year's Champions League in the men's side of the competition. It's going to be a tough game for Moscow, but the one thing we do know about this Moscow team is they are fighters, and they will go all the way as much as they can to the end.
And they come motivated because they won their quarterfinal, the playoff too. So they deserve to be here, and they will maintain that flame of wanting to win.
So for Invasport, we have Anton Strelchuk, Harvey Tishenenko and Vitaly Hapanenko all on the court. And of course we have the three of number 1 Yuri Pambukian, 2 Dmitry Elin and 5 Edward Pambukian. And there's the first for Invasport. Just the start that Moscow wouldn't have wanted, going down early. Now this is where we'll see the inner fight of Moscow. Can they come back from this inside the opening 40 seconds? Strelchuk now, the number 2 in the central position. Goes down the centre, good block, strong block from Yuri Pambukian. Here's Edward Pambukian. Was brilliant with the penalties earlier against Lyon. He was a real animal in terms of converting those penalties. Good save, diving to the left. Dmitry Elin.
Everybody was watching the game closely because no comments yet on our show. Eighth game of the day. Today we will only have 11 games.
And these are the final 4 games of the day. And we're into the business end of the competition. The Men's Champions League quarter-final. Going for that bottom near corner. Tapanenko's there, and he tries to break through the defence of Dmitry Elin on the left side. Here's Yuri Pambukian now for Moscow GT. Oh, good sliding block from Anton Strelchuk. So Invasport, of course, they played yesterday. It was one of the final games of the men's group stages, in that game against Sporting.
Yeah.
It was a really end-to-end game that Invasport won. And a comment here on our live stream finding it interesting that Anton Strelchuk has moved into the central position for Invasport. Normally been playing in the wing positions. An interesting move from the coach, Fedor Dubrovin. Let's see if it pays off, eh? Wide. just wide, close on that occasion. Well, 3 minutes gone and Moscow GT, it's almost at the moment feels like a case of just riding this early storm from Invasport and just getting through it and trying to mount a siege mentality. Good block. Yuri Pambuki, the number 1.
I will ask to our director to show the trainer from the Ukrainian team, because he's so peaceful, seated on his chair, watching the game.
Yeah, he's so calm, isn't he? Just relaxed. It's almost like he is just watching another game, not his team play.
Yeah. Yesterday, we only saw him stressed one time.
Oh, and it just breaks through.
Goal.
Edward Pambuki, and that's the second. It just goes underneath the body of the number 5
And
for
it's the second
Moscow.
goal from Ukraine. And now we're going to see their trainer, and you're going to see how happy he is.
He's so
with
calm,
this
isn't
result.
he?
And he stays like this all the time in the game. And now we're going to see the counterparts. We're going to see the trainer from Russia. How does she's called? Svetlana.
Yeah, she's
looks more so much more stressful right now.
yeah, she's always at the edge of her dugout, but there's Moscow, have got a goal back. Just like that, and she'll be delighted with that.
And
Wow.
she gets those bursts of
She almost prowls the technical area, doesn't she?
yeah.
And then when her team get a goal, she's up and that's it, energy. But I think Fede Dubrovlin, the Invasport's coach, I wonder if he'll be good at poker. He's got a very good poker face.
Probably very good at poker.
Doesn't give much away, does he?
I love to see these little things in the on the behavior of each of the parts interested in the result of the game.
Here's Edouard Pambukian now, who steps up to launch one down the centre of the court, saved by Anton Strelchuk. Moved into that central position.
Timeout for Ukraine.
Well, with 5 minutes gone in this first half, it's a closer game, and maybe some would have predicted after this stage 2-1. Moscow's still in this, working hard.
Yeah.
And we have the Hansa team just starting to warm up directly in front of us here.
We have Felix just behind the Russian net.
It's almost like he's just taking it, he just wants a moment to himself, doesn't he? Just very calm.
Enjoy the game.
Yeah. Very serene, very calm ahead of his quarter-final with GC Perun. That'll be coming up next.
It's like almost his yoga time.
Oh, just landed on the ball. Anton Strelchuk, he just got enough on that one. Good power in that from Dmitry Yelin. Oh, Oh, and that finds the corner. Pinpoint accuracy. It's 3-1. No mistake that time. Vitaly Hapanenko.
What do you want? Ah.
Now Vasil Oyelnik, he currently is on the bench at the moment. He is the coming into this as the top scorer for Invasport alongside Rodion Zahalin.
Yes, they have been heroes and they are already winners. We have Ernst Kreuz, I don't know how it's pronounced, but Ernst, we completely agree. Moscow, they have been heroes all through the tournament with only 3 players. We have to consider the traveling time. We have to consider that they are the most jet-lagged athletes here. And they have been... And if you see the score of this game, we are talking the guys that beat everybody, Sporting included. They win 12-8, I think, to Sporting. Let me check, but I think something like that. Yes, 8-12, and they win to Sporting, but 3-1. 5 minutes to go in the first half. That's not so much distance.
No, only 3-1. I thought Invasport might have been thinking they could have been further ahead in this game before the start, but Moscow have really been giving them a game and launching the ball at them.
And they have some of the most beautiful jerseys on the tournament.
They do, yeah. They've been getting a lot of praise for their jerseys. Good save from Dmitry Elin on the left side. He'll respond down the centre, goes up to the far side of the court, off the post. So close for Moscow. You can almost just hear when that ball hit the post, this collective going around the venue.
I think being the underdogs, everybody started to love them.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Felix stretching. Nope. Back to yoga.
That these two teams can generate in their throws is making such an interesting matchup. And it's credit to Moscow, already playing a game today that they've still got the energy to matchups at Invasport. Oh, just tips over the crossbar.
We're gonna use this out time to show Felix, I think, and he's enjoying the moment just behind the Russian net.
Just taking a moment.
Thank you to our production team and a timeout.
Rest of the RGC Hansa team in the background, just joining us right next to us. Minimo as well. Keen to watch as well, keen to follow.
And we have 3 elements of the Invasport warming up.
Yeah, the rest of the team. We have Vasil Oyelnik, Alexander Toplakov and Rodion Zahalin, all just getting the blood going around the body, getting themselves prepared at any moment to come on, make a difference. Away by Anton Strelchuk. He can't get there in time to claim. Ball over back to Moscow.
Whoa.
It looked like it was going to hit the crossbar, but in fact, it's just been tipped into the back of the net. Unfortunate for Moscow, it's 4-1. And is this the moment in the game where Invasport are now going to really press ahead? Under 4 minutes remaining, still time in this half to grab a few more goals.
Because now they are thinking of
good work by Eduard Pambukian, just saving on the second attempt. Three and a half minutes remaining. Momentarily pause for some chanting.
And a Russian goal.
Well, is that little unenforced break just caught Invasport off guard there? Moscow have pulled one back, 4-2.
Goes under his body, as we've seen on replay. And a goal.
Oh, an Invasport hit back.
The response.
Just a hint of frustration there on the coach, Svetlana Smirnova. After getting back into it, took 4-2, hit back straight away. Blocked in the centre by Anton Strelchuk. Cleared away on this near side. Ricochets off the post. Oh, and it's an own goal. Well, the power, the ball really came off the post. It just caught out Dmitry Yelin, and it's an own goal. It's 6-2, and that is really unfortunate for Moscow. It's a real shame. Don't deserve this, Moscow, at the moment. They've really given Invasport a battle, and that's just unfortunate.
And now the Ukrainians are taking off. 4 goals of distance. It's now distance enough to not feel the pressure.
Oh, is it going to be another one? It is. It's all starting to unravel here for Moscow GT, and Dmitry Yelin. It's an own goal and one that's just crept through his legs. And of course, in this moment where maybe a coach might think of maybe bringing someone off just to give them a break.
But that's not possible. And
they can't do it.
The only possibility that she has is to ask for a timeout and to say to them, forget it, let's go. Focused.
Well, there's been a change here for Moscow as Eduard Pambukian has now gone onto the left, where Dmitry Yelin was, and Dmitry Yelin's now gone on the right. Dmitry Yelin's going to face up to one here on the right side, and he saves this one and fires back. And it just goes out. It must have been very close. There isn't going to be a protest here from Svetlana Smirnova.
It was out.
It was very, very close. Blocked by Dmitry Yelin, and each block that now Dmitry will get will just restore his confidence a little bit after those two. Oh, and that's the 8th, and it's pierced through Yuri Pambukian and Dmitry Yelin. Tishenenko for
And
Invasport.
now we are 4 goals away from the technical knockout.
And there are 2 minutes remaining in this first half. And in the space of 2 minutes, this game has just been taken away from Moscow. But that is the difference in the quality, I guess, in the two teams, and maybe the energy levels as well. Here is Eduard Pambukian giving it everything he's got. Oh, and a long ball against Eduard Pambukian, and everything's just not going their way now for Moscow. And you can almost just sense in the body language now, these Moscow GT players, that the body language just feels low, and they know that things are just starting to unravel here. They're losing their grip on this game. They're together though. Yuri Pambukian and Dmitry Yelin, a lovely moment there, holding hands and keeping the spirits high, and it's into the back of the net. It's 9-2. Well, the one thing you can say about this Invasport team is they are ruthless, and they are finishing off Moscow here. It could be all done in this first half. 3 more to get. Good block by Eduard Pambukian. As the sun is starting to pierce through the roof here in the venue, and all of a sudden the venue is sort of lit up here. Oh, and another penalty given against Eduard Pambukian. This really has all started to fall now.
And the face of Svetlana. She's really desperate. She really wants that he can save that ball.
Here is Anton Strelchuk. Oh, it was nearly saved as well by Eduard Pambukian. Invasport now lead by 10 goals to 2. And with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining, they are only 2 goals away. It could be a good shout saving Anton Strelchuk maybe for later, but maybe the coach, Ferid Dubrovin, is feeling that he wants to try and get this game finished off. Anton Strelchuk fires back quickly. Whoa, the temperature and the pace of the game just went up a gear then in those last 2 throws.
They really need to score a point. Because I think at this point the victory is to get to the second half.
Yeah, it's all about those small victories, isn't it now? Can Moscow get to the second half? It's blocked, and it's blocked well. It still remains 10-2 here to Invasport.
And they get to the second half.
They do.
But how long do they will endure on the second half?
3 minutes to half-time. And a reminder, our next quarter-final, RGC Handset versus GC Perun. That'll be coming up next, and it could be coming up with a bit of a break in between if Invasport get this game done and dusted in quick time.
And I want to pass the good news that tomorrow we'll have the bronze game transmitted in Portuguese television. As for now, we are broadcasting only for YouTube, but tomorrow we'll be live on Portuguese television in the 4 cable operators that we have here, and for Switzerland, where we have Swisscom, who receives the KuriakosTV signal. Also, if you have a dish pointed to Ispasat, do you know what is Ispasat? It's a satellite.
Please tell me more.
It's
Okay.
a beautiful satellite on the sky that broadcasts our signal all over Europe and north of Africa. It's an open channel. You can open and see the content. And tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon, we'll broadcast the bronze game live. Afterwards, at night, I think at 10 o'clock at night, I will confirm it, but we'll transmit the final of men who decides who are the new champions of Europe in teams. And if you get time, because we have 2 1-hour slots, if the game is quick, maybe we pass some of the women's final.
Yeah.
That's the project.
So lots of exciting stuff coming up tomorrow, and very
Did you
exciting.
know that when you entered the plane, you never imagined that you're gonna be live on Portuguese television?
I did not know. I was not expecting that, but it's very exciting.
When you leave the venue and go to the airport, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, that's Bradley." I saw you in television.
Will I be
commenting
mobbed at the
GoalBall.
airport? I'm go-
No, we go directly to VIP. No, VIC, very important commenter, a speaker.
Well.
VIS, very important speaker.
I think the most important people, though, here in this arena are the players and coaches who have put on such a great show.
Of course.
And without them, this game wouldn't be what it is. And we are a couple of seconds away from getting the second half underway. And we have the coin toss for the next quarter-final.
One of our referees is a illusionist. He makes the coin disappear.
Magician.
Yeah. Magician. They are saying to invite CR7 to give the golden medals. He's not here. He's in
Manchester.
Yeah, in your country.
Could he not fly back? He could fly back.
Yeah, he has a jet.
Yeah, easy.
But afterwards, he needed to be COVID tested and all of that. He can be bothered. So, 12 minutes remaining. Bradley, let's play GoalBall.
Let's do this. Invasport only need 2 more goals, and it's interesting that Svetlana Smirnova is sat on a chair on our dugout. She's almost fearing the worst.
I think Svetlana is trying the Ukrainian technician approach.
Well, it's now only 1 needed for Invasport to wrap up this victory. It's 11-2 at the moment on the scoreboard. It's been a clinical performance from the team from Ukraine.
We have Ivalio saying that they are great players, but they lack the support of the Russian Federation. So I think there's more support for the selection than for the teams. And that could justify the only 3 players.
Oh, and it's ended up in the back of the
and
net.
it's resolved 12-2.
And it's been a clinical performance from Invasport.
What can we say?
Well, Moscow GT, I mean, they put up such a brave performance in this tournament, and they were giving Invasport a really good game for long periods in that match. And it was just the overall maybe the better quality of Invasport and the extra bit of rest that they've had that has seen them through with time to spare. But Invasport, well, they are confirmed first semi-finalists that will be in action tomorrow. And Moscow GT, well, they can keep their heads held high. They won that playoff game convincingly, got a quarter-final spot, and they will be playing in the playoff game tomorrow. That'll be in Hall B, and we'll make sure to bring you those results tomorrow.
Coming next,
another big game, GC Perun versus RGC Hansa.
quarter-final number 2.
Number 2, that'll be coming up next.
At KuriakosTV at YouTube. 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we'll be here. Come back with us. Bye-bye.